Hello music lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Caeser Pink.
Let your mama down. Let your mama down. Let your mama down. Baby, please.
Today we're here with my guest, Ed Kenepp.
Hey, buddy.
And we're going to listen to a song by Anno. But before we get started, all the proceeds from this channel are donated to the Arete Living Arts Foundation. It's a arts nonprofit. Our mission is to create art and support artists whose work inspires personal, political, or spiritual awakening. So please like and subscribe. That really helps us build our channel. If you want to do more, you can join our Patreon page or make a tax-deductible donation via PayPal. It's all in the description below. Now, Ed and I kind of go way back, but he was just a few years older than me. Now, when I was a kid, like 13, I used to go see all of his bands play. And one of the reasons I liked Ed was that he dared to look a little more glam than most of the musicians. I remember high-heeled shoes with rainbow-colored socks.
That's correct. But then my pant legs rolled up to my knees.
Yeah, and kind of peg leg pants.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. We're going to watch, this artist's name is Anno. Now, this, all this new music I'm listening to, almost none of it is American.
Mm-hmm.
And American music really doesn't speak to me anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to music from Japan, Vietnam, Siberia, Mexico, and Australia. But I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's like this big movement of female rockers from Japan. And the best of it is incredible, like extremely creative. It's pop with a little punk like a punk attitude underneath it.
Yeah.
And this artist's name is Anno, and I love her. And her story is, she was like a little bit in the spectrum, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And so she couldn't communicate right, and
Excuse me, does Susquehanna like Anno?
Yeah, but Dad, can I borrow your phone?
you can find it. I don't know where it
Man.
is.
Wow, I knew she was pacing. I knew she needed something bad.
It's always a phone.
Do you remember me, Susquehanna? I met you when you were very young.
I don't know.
No, probably not. Okay.
Need some,
Sorry.
all this like recording studios, film sets is like boring. Dad's not cool. He's embarrassing.
Can you imagine, though, one day it's going to be something cool?
Yeah. She's got her own creative interests, but
Okay, back to Anna.
Anna, yeah. She was on the spectrum. She couldn't communicate right. And it's not, people speculate she was on the spectrum. It's not, she's not.
Okay, she hasn't been diagnosed.
Not that I know of.
Right.
But so she got bullied by not only the students, but also the teachers. She'd go to the school and just sit in the hallway and cry.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as she got into high school, she just quit and became a recluse in her room. When she was old enough to get a job, she couldn't hold a job because of her communication skills. So,
Where's she from?
Japan, I don't know what city. But then she sees a thing on Instagram to try out for an idol group. You know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
And so she has an audition. She decides not to go because she assumes they'll reject her, like always. But the manager calls her and says, why don't you just come see the show? So she comes see the show and, decides to join. And it's an idol group. It's not great.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit amusing, but it's not great. After 6 years, she must have been still young because she's still only like 27.
Wow.
But then she could go solo. And this stuff, I love it. It's like so creative, the lyrics. And she doesn't write all of her stuff, but she writes lyrics and plays guitar, and then they turn it into like these crazy things. But what else about her? Well,
Is she big in her country?
she's fairly big, yeah. And I'm trying to like psych myself into money falling out of the sky to go to Japan, Vietnam, and Siberia.
She never came to the.
She's only been in America once for one gig, but I don't see any sign of her coming. I really want to see her. But I got into her. Susquehanna went through her phase where she would wear cat ears and a little tail, you know.
I remember that, actually.
Yeah. And so I'm watching this video. It's a live video of this artist. And at first I noticed she dresses like Susquehanna did at that time. Now, I mean, not just the cat ears, but like baggy pants. And it's just, lyrics are like, people think I'm retarded because I dress like a cat. And then the chorus, the song is called Cat Puke Paradise Cheerleader. And the chorus is, meow, meow, vomit, the best entertainment ever. So I'm like, Susquehanna, get in here, you gotta see this.
Yeah.
And I started like digging deep into her and like just falling in love with everything. And, you know, in Japan they have a word kawaii.
Kawaii.
Yeah, and you know, baby metal, if you know them, they invented kawaii metal, which is a whole genre now.
Okay.
But most people translate kawaii as cute, but what it really means is cute in an endearing way. So it's not like, oh, she's cute. It's like,
yeah.
and that's how I feel to her. I'm like, she had this childhood, and now she's a hero.
Yeah.
And she's living a great life. And I'm just like, you did it, Anna.
That's very cool.
But now she's singing on a show called First Take. It's a Japanese YouTube show done by Sony. And the artists come on and they have one take to form their song. And so you either get it right or you don't.
How is she backed up?
There's musicians in the,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And she at one point she did start a band, like a rock band separate from her solo career, called The Eyes. Not like the eye, just like the letter I.
Okay.
But anyways, you know what? Actually, before we watch the video, I want to watch the pop stars in Japan do a lot of television and movies. And they have this show I love over there where the pop stars, they sit at school desks and there's a host. And they'll have like scenarios like, okay, you've got to go to a movie theater. And this is staged, but you have to go to a movie theater in English and order 2 tickets, 2 adult tickets, and 1 child ticket. And the results of this are hilarious. And so first I'll show you a little edit of one of those.
Her task is to buy movie tickets.
What can I do for you today?
She needs to buy tickets for 2 adults and 1 child.
Big mom to cat.
Big man, 2 man.
She's getting close.
Children.
How many children?
Big mom, big mom, egg.
But humans don't lay eggs.
What time would you like to see the movie?
The movie starts at 2 p.m.
After 2 minutes.
After 2 minutes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Goodbye. Goodbye. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I don't understand.
She laughed at herself
なんでわかんないの
and decided to go home.
帰る
She blames the man for not understanding.
やっぱ心だから
Is she already famous at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But what a culture. It's so different.
They are. I mean, like I've seen some of their game shows. They're brutal. I mean,
Crazy.
They're beautiful.
There used to be one that was, you'd have to drink a bunch of water. This is outdoors in the winter. And you'd have to sit in a pool of ice water and not pee.
Oh my God.
So the winner there'd be a bunch of them. Whoever managed to not pee the last wins.
Wow. Yeah.
So this is Anno. I want to make sure there are lyrics up on it.
Is it in English or not?
No, but I'm hoping there's going to be subtitles.
I like her boobs.
Yeah.
How old is she? She looks really
Probably
young.
26 year.
Wow. She looks like
やり
15.
ますかへい
right away, I love it whenever the melody of the song cuts across the chord progression in a way that just, I don't know, it's like, it's not sing-songy.
Yeah, it's kind of floating,
Yeah.
disconnected.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's go.
ちょうど君なのまでチューしようそしてゲゲゲロゲゲゲロゲロチューゲゲゲロゲゲゲゲロチュー熱くなるゲロと愛に溢れた気持ちがたまらないですゲゲゲロゲゲゲロゲロチューゲゲゲロゲゲゲゲロチュー
I
ゲ
get
ロ
why
ゲ
that's
ロ
catchy, and I get
愛
why, and I get why you like it, but do you feel weird that you like it, saying it out loud? Does it make you kind of at all uncomfortable? And the reason I'm asking you that is that I just discovered a female singer from, she's Norwegian, I think, called Aurora. Are you familiar?
I've heard the name, I haven't heard her yet.
She did Life on Mars, and then she writes some really cool shit. And she's like almost 30, but she looks like she's 20. You know?
Well, I have an army of online haters
Yeah, of course you do.
who call me a pedophile for this. My
Oh.
first question is, do you only listen to music by people you want to have sex with?
Yeah.
But number two is, everything's about sex in American culture.
Yeah.
Why isn't there any thought about paternalism?
Right.
Which is what I'm feeling like.
Yeah.
I love this little girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in her corner. Same with Baby Metal. When I first got into them, they were 14 and 16. I've seen them grow up for 12 years.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and they're big around the world. They're huge.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, go, you guys did it. And you were so great, so
Yeah.
talented.
So you're just like a fan.
Yeah.
But again, just taking the whole perverted sex thing out of it, it still feels a little weird, doesn't it? It does to me. I think
It doesn't to me, because
Good.
and like her and Baby Metal, none of the ones are into present themselves sexually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I hate American, like all the R&B chicks. It's like a burlesque
yeah.
show, and
I
I'm
know.
just zero interest in that. And I can get into princes, dancers. I can get into sexy music, but because of my music.
Right.
But it's so refreshing that they're not,
Yeah.
burlesque performers.
I know, because everything in American society is that. I mean, just go on YouTube and it's always like the bass player, the female bass player who's in her teenage years,
Yeah.
and there's, and it's always the camera shot is on the cleavage.
Yeah.
Even though she's a phenomenal bass player, just cover up and play the damn thing. It's good enough.
Yeah.
Without that.
I have a theory that repression creates obsession, and that's what we have in America. We're actually sexually repressed, so
Yeah.
we're obsessed with titillation.
Yeah.
And that's a Zappa theory, the titillation part. It's like, you don't see sex in American TV, you see titillation. And this guy, I can't remember his name, a French philosopher, wrote a book claiming that you have to have the repression because capitalism depends on the titillation. And
Yeah.
seems kind of true to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like why all the Republicans are, homophobic, and then they're always the ones that are the closet homosexuals.
Absolutely, absolutely. But back to Anna.
Not always, but mostly.
勝負はいつもダンチンカン僕に言わせろチンポンカン飛んだ最後はラウンジャもう何回やらればいい終わない忘れられない合わないでときめき変愛よし窓の奥が違う僕はどこどこ心臓ごと引きずり出した店でよ気持ちいいね面倒くさいけど
But if you read the lyrics, it's a very interesting take on romance. Like,
I haven't been reading
Yeah, it's
actually.
fine.
That's weird. I've been
Oh,
just listening to the.
it's embarrassing the way I feel. It's wonderful, but it's troubling. You know what I mean? It's like a very
Cool.
unusual take.
照れくさいけど死ぬまで忘れられないジュースやイカれた街はゾンビ
Where
で
the
溢
zombies
れ
came
る
from, I have no
君は
idea.
僕に恋したらときめくも何
Stop there. I don't know if you caught it, or one of her dangly earring type things falls off, and they caught it as it hits the ground.
ゾンビで溢れる君は僕に恋したらときめくも何つながろうと引きのよ行くよベペペロベペペロベロチュベペペロベペペペロチュ街で食える可愛いのうつ
Let me make sure I understand this. She came out and like they just kind of like roughed through the song really quick before what kind of preparation was there? Do you know?
No, but I know once they record, you know, when they turn on the camera, it's one take.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like
You
the
don't-
whole premise of the
You
show.
don't get to fix it.
Yeah.
Okay.
美しいでしょゲゲゲロゲゲゲロゲロチュゲゲゲロゲゲゲゲロチュ背のポンチがを愛にゲゲゲロチュ腹根を愛にもう満杯ゲゲゲロチュ
I see. She's just a sweetie.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah. And she's like just very, very seriously singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's not just. It's not a game. She's really taking it.
Since you let me show you, I wasn't planning this, but this is the actual music video for this. Now, I watched it a couple times, and then I suddenly started seeing what was going on, and at first I was like, what the fuck? And then the ending, once I figured out what was going on, it was just like, blown my mind.
Well, okay.
So,
Will I get it? I probably won't.
watch out for the chainsaws.
Okay.
「お愛に酔いが覚めないお愛に恋が覚めないお愛に様の慣れ果てさして」「もう満杯破滅してめてお願い」「から馬の味も反対お手を座り
but it's on its own space.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's way out there.
Yeah, that is cool.
Apparently that song was used on an anime called Chainsaw Man. I haven't seen it, but I think the guy has a chainsaw growing out of his head.
Okay.
And there's a episode where to save somebody, a girl has to vomit in somebody else's mouth. So.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, any thought on all this?
I kind of dig it, you know. It's because it's different.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you know, you just don't. This is what I like about other cultures. You
Yeah.
know, it gives you a different perspective
Yeah.
on stuff.
And even like their use of language, and they say so many things that you would never hear. Like, there's one song, it's a Vietnamese song, and they say, "I'm going to go to the fortune teller to find out when we'll get married and have many babies." I'm like, can you imagine Sabrina Carpenter or whoever having that lyric in their song?
Right.
It's, so completely different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's interesting. And you're right. American music is generally, to me, not interesting anymore.
Yeah. Seems like it came off the Ford assembly line, like a production.
Yeah.
And that's one thing you hear, like as an ex-drummer, like you can hear the hi-hat go, you know what I mean, when you lift it?
Yeah.
And the drums sound like real, you know what I mean? It's so raw in a way.
Yeah.
And she has one video, and you know, she's this like cute little girl, and she's like running on a track thing. But these little animations keep coming down with these middle fingers, you know. And I'm like, what's going on here? And by the end, they're like everywhere.
I don't know. It just seemed appropriate to her at the time.
Yeah, she got like a little bit of a rebellion in her, though. And,
Yeah.
very, very interesting artist.
That's very interesting. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Well, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure.
And thank you for joining Ed and I.
Thanks.
And if you have any insights or ideas or another song you want me to react to, please let us know in the comments below. Hope to see you again.